तक दिम्मी तक जन्न 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 तक दिम्मी तक जन्न. Hello, I am Sudhi from Siridhanya Millet Planet, an organization dedicated to promoting health and sustainability through the power of ancient grains and organic natural products. And today we have the pleasure of interviewing Mohan Chander and his mother, Sacromento, from Sacramento, as part of our balanced lifestyle, and balanced lifestyle leads to positive life. Mohan is a client of Organic Sphere and has started practicing a healthy lifestyle from past few months. In this interview, he and his mother will share their inspiring journey with us. Without further ado, over to you, Mohan sir.
Thank you, Sudhi. Uh, so if I think of like my mom, like she came from India, right? She was having lot of knee pain, right? She could not walk more than 10 minutes. In India, doctors were saying like to operate her knees. Uh, and then I was seeing her like she was constantly taking ibuprofen or Aleve, right? Like she was having body pain, and she was also taking high blood pressure medicine. Yeah. So after like, and then I happened to meet one of my friend who has been taking millets for last 7 years. So he said like just try, right? See if it helps. Like we really saw a lot of benefits from it. So I like seeing all these things, right? Like I felt like okay, let's try it, right? So we he gave like the organicsphere.io, like he said like since you are treating some problems, try to go for something like which he believes, right, is very authentic, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I ordered from your site, like we started doing it. Like I went through a lot of YouTubes, like my friend told me, right, like look for Ambali, all these. He gave me some pointers, and then we looked around like what's there. uh, we did that. Like so what I saw in 3 weeks, right, like my mom started like feeling a little better, right, on her knees. She could walk. Now it is like almost 2 months, and now she walks almost for 1 hour, right, in morning and 1 hour in evening. For last 2 months she has not, now she is not taking any medicine, right? Like no blood pressure medicine. Her blood pressure is like, what I see is like 120 by 78, like that, right, which is very normal. And her pulse rate like around 68. So I felt wow, like that's really magic, right? And then she was saying like she had a lot of skin tags, little black. So she said half of them they have gone away, right? Like there were 13. Probably she was looking around, she counted maybe sometime, and now she said like there are only 6 of them left, and they are also shrinking. So I said like it's really helpful. And along with her, I was also eating this. Like I used to like feel pain in my stomach, like where appendix is,
Yeah. Yeah.
whenever there is stress, not normally, but when there is a stress condition, or I will feel bloated after eating food normally, but after adapting to these millets, it's totally gone away, right? Like that thing. No
Mm.
more bloating, and no more like pain. I don't feel that like during stress also, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, that's about it. Like now in terms of challenges, like when we start, right, like we were asked to earthen pot. One thing is like the cleaning of earthen pot. uh, we should not use soap, right? Like that's very important. Like so what we do, like we use just jute without soap, right? We just clean it. And we started keeping like for fermentation, for making ambali, we kept in that clay pot. But the thing was like one day, like after like couple of weeks, when I was cleaning, I could feel the smell, right, of that from probably the fermented those,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
has seeped
Absolutely.
into the pot, right?
Yeah. You
So
do get it. Yeah.
yeah, so what we did, like we cooked, we kind of like then cooked it, like kept the pot on the stove. Just we tried to burn, and we could see the froth coming out, all that, like it probably seeped into that. And after it got cooked, the earthen pot, right, properly, like no more smell now. So that's one thing. And then structured water, So that's like the copper plate that Dr. Khadar says, right? Like we are using that, and the way we try to adopt is like in like daytime, like we will soak the millets. In night we will cook it, and then from morning we will eat, right? Like,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
that's the cycle we are trying to follow. That's more convenient, and we are trying to do like uh, following protocol, as per protocol, how many millets are needed. Yeah, plus whatever leaves are available, my mom takes those. No sugar, no wheat, no milk, right? Like we have totally zeroed out on those.
Yeah, that's the way to go. And do you follow any specific protocol?
So it was like for like the different condition, like for her like stomach problem, like yeah, so,
Okay, okay,
yeah.
great. And one of the things that we generally do is when we clean the earthen pot, we try to use tamarind juice, little bit tamarind juice, and clean it.
Yeah, we
The
do
same
that. Yeah,
thing, same thing
yeah.
with copper plate. Also, we use
Oh.
tamarind juice. If you do not know how to do the tamarind juice, you can also use in this country there is something called apple cider vinegar.
Right, right.
So you could use apple cider vinegar as well.
Mhm. Okay.
And then this you mentioned about these leaves. Do you grow these leaves in your backyard? I mean, California is a great place to grow some of this because the
Yeah,
weather
we
is
have
not.
like mint, pudina, right?
Yeah,
Dhania, right? Cilantro,
yeah,
and then my friend has like the amrud, like I don't know what you call that.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, and then curry pata, right? Like
yeah. Curry leaves. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
curry leaves. Yeah,
yeah. And you make the kashayams and
yeah,
decoctions.
yeah.
And,
Doing that. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
And then
And
basil, tulsi, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
tulsi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is great to hear. This is great to hear. And so you are saying before she was not able to walk, and now she is able to walk like 1 hour in the morning and evening without
Oh
any.
yeah, yeah, both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
much better. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, no more medicine, right? Like she used to take all these medicines, no more medicines, right? Like
Ah,
body pain gone away, blood
mhm,
pressure gone away, right? Yeah.
mhm,
Skin
mhm.
tax like 50% gone, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's great news. That's great news. You guys are doing something right, and uh, it's also. I mean, whatever we are going through, it's also very important for elderly people at home to be always be happy because
Right.
they have gone through so much in life, and at this age seeing their issues is always concerning, and I'm glad that you were able to solve some of those problems.
Right. I'm glad like I could find, right, you guys, s- at least in US, right, we are able to get all these millets. Someone, Dr. Khadar, was able to discover something like this, right, which helps people. So those are great things, right? And that's why I want to be part of it, help
Yeah,
you guys, right?
absolutely, absolutely. I think 100% credit to Dr. Kader because he has been instrumental in promoting this lifestyle for several decades now. So he will talk more during the session in Sacramento, and you are part of the reason why Doctor is coming to your city. Yeah, to a session or a session which is closer to your home so that people can just like you have benefited from his talks, his videos, more people can benefit. I think we used to call it Dr. Khadar lifestyle. Now it is called Siri Jivan. Just like Siri Dhanya, it is
Right.
Siri Jivan. Have a rich life.
Okay.
It's all about
Nice.
living that rich life, the balanced lifestyle, and millets and decoctions. Substantial amount of doctors' discovery is part of that lifestyle as well. And I
Yeah.
think it is
True.
great to hear. So I had a couple of questions here, if I may. Um, so you already mentioned the motivation and inspiration. So what is your key changes that you have made in your daily routine? Like what do you do in the mornings? What do you, what does, how does the day go by for your mother, you and your mother?
So my mom is more like, she is like following it more strictly. I'm eating more like a food, right? Like so she takes care. Like a morning, she's drinking the leaves, kashayam, and then she goes for a walk. Uh, Comes back, takes millets as breakfast, right? Like we sometimes put like palm jaggery or like the palm sugar powder in it, right? And then daytime it becomes more like a khichdi of millet. And I eat, right? Also eating 3 times a millet. Only when it is little short, then I go for some other things, right?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, yeah, because sometimes some millets like they expand more, some less, right? So sometimes you don't have right calculation.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
sure.
yeah. And then making different varieties, like we're still learning, right? Like so that you can get like different recipes. That's still a process, right? We're still learning. Like,
Yeah, it's
and we
a
are from
learning
north.
process. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we are from north, right? So a little bit adapting to these different recipes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and most of the North India, you are not used to the rice or chawal. You're predominantly the rotis and chapatis.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that has been a little bit of a challenge. I think there are quite a bit of recipes. How do you make good chapatis and rotis? Maybe that's another thing that I would like to cover in the next follow-up videos. Hopefully, that would be really helpful. Uh, so that's great to know. That's great news. So is there any advice that you can give to individuals who are looking for a balanced lifestyle? Like, somebody who's looking, there are so many in this country, there are so many diets like keto lifestyle and high carb rice, the lifestyle and all of that. So people always have choices. Through your experience and your journey from last few months, is there any specific advice you could give to individuals and family who are looking to adopt for a more balanced lifestyle?
Yeah. So like for me, I get very curious, right? When I hear someone, I want to logically understand, right, why they are saying, why it happens, right? Like so. And when I started listening more and more to Dr. Khadar, I could see his reasoning, right? Like the lignin in uh, millets, that is like a cleaning agent, right? It absorbs your free radicals, right? So that's why it becomes a little positive thing, right? That's why they are positive millets. Plus the whole slow release of sugar, right? Like the
The bloodstream,
so
yeah.
yeah, so that also is like a big thing, right? Like a big difference. Like you eat this much millet or rice, how much you are really taking in, right? In terms of sugar, that's make a lot of difference. Plus his like all the, I'm seeing, right, a lot of problems everywhere. Someone has some sort of problems, and almost all of us are eating, right? Wheat, rice, tea with milk, all those things, right? And sugar, right? So you could see, right, common kind of foods and common kinds of problems almost is spread out everywhere. So when we switch, we see a difference. What I would say is like, if give it a try, right, for a month. Before giving it a try, it's good to follow making some recipes. Like that's one thing we should really do, creating different recipes. How can you make it a little more tasty? Because that's something, right, your tongue turns you off, right, eating same thing again and again. So how we can do different ways, how can we consume millets in different ways? We all need to think about that, right? And then I think once you see the improvement, you will stick to it naturally. But
Yeah.
just give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things, I think the first time doctor came, doctor visited US was in sometime in 2018. So what we did was we created a group, WhatsApp group or a Telegram group with like-minded individuals who wanted to improve their lifestyle. So what we did after that was we started creating these events, potluck every month, every monthly or quarterly potlucks, where people used to cook, and people from all across the India, they were part of this group, and they used to cook different things, different type of food from these places. Somebody used to create, make this khichdi's. We have somebody from the south used to eat. They eat millet with sambar and rice. Like I'm from South India, so I like eating it with sambar and rice. I just sambar and millet rice. I use I make yogurt millet, millet, and then whenever I have special events at home, I ensure that there is a millet dish at home. Like I use palm jaggery and make millet paisam. I mean, little millet is a great millet for that. You can just use that little millet to cook all of this. So I think one of the things that you could do is create a group for yourself and start exploring a little bit more among your groups, organizing potlucks, and it's also a great way to socialize with people.
Right.
We are all human beings and we like being very social. So
True.
spending time with, friends and, making new friends and new groups, I think it is very refreshing.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. So that being said, I would not take much time. I know it is, over 15 minutes we have been talking. It was a pleasure talking to you and meeting your mother. Thank you. Thank you for your patronage, and I'm so glad that it is helping your family. I just pray that this goodness continues. Let's spread the goodness. I think it will be a great event during doctor's visit to Sacramento. Make if it has helped your family, make it your personal agenda to promote positive things, good things everywhere. Thank you so
I
much.
am already doing that. And thank you, Sudhi, for everything you do and what Dr. Khadar has been doing.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
ತಕ್ಕ ದಿಮ್ಮಿ ತಕ್ಕ ಜನ್ನು ನತ್ತ ಗಿಡದಗ ದಿಗುತ್ತರಿ ಗಿಡದಗ ತಕ್ಕ ದಿಮ್ಮಿ ತಕ್ಕ ಜನ್ನು ತಳಂಗು ಗಿಡದಗ ದಿಗುತ್ತರಿ ಗಿಡದಗ ತಳಂಗು ಗಿಡದಗ ದಿಗುತ್ತರಿ ಗಿಡದಗ ದಿನ್ ತಳಂಗು ಗಿಡದಗ ದಿಗುತ್ತರಿ ಗಿಡದಗ ದಿನ್ ತಳಂಗು ಗಿಡದಗ ದಿಗುತ್ತರಿ ಗಿಡದಗ ತ